Welcome back. So whilst you left the town from the south, you will be entering this area from the north. It was kind of a bit of a meandering journey for that. So stepping into this area along this old, beaten up road, you encounter a face that you have never seen before. A man sits on a small rock by the side of the road, playing a stringed instrument which is strewn across his lap.
Ooh, pretty.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. Where are the rest of your friends?
You know us?
I don't know you two, but I know some of the others. Yes, we met outside the Labyrinth of Mirrors.
So you know the very tall lady, the other very tall elf, and then the other very tall lizard?
Camilla, Eldwin, and Ravaseth. Yes.
Those are their names, Verity! Oh my gosh, he does know them.
Well, I hope they're still in good health.
Yeah, they're just lazy today.
Lazy. Yes, I can see that. Well,
I guess they have other business.
Indeed. Well, my warning to you is as good as it would be to them.
Sorry, I don't know who you are. Can you at least introduce yourself?
My name is Harmonious Icarus Mortalis, and I am a wanderer of sorts.
Can I just call you him?
You could.
Great.
Well, my warning today is a simple one, the same as it was last time. Be careful. Not all is as it seems. But then again, not all words uttered are ultimately lies.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead.
12.
You gain nothing off this man. You see essentially just a handsome man of indeterminate age in simple but clearly high quality cloth traveler's robe. Like, he also seems like weirdly like unfazed by all of the muds and everything else, but of his expression, of his words, nothing is coming through whatsoever. You can't tell whether he's trying to deceive you, whether he's being completely earnest. He is just a blank spot to you.
Mm-hmm. So wait, he said not everything as it seems and not lies, not
Yeah.
everything spoken as lies? What was it?
Exactly.
You speaking riddles?
Well, yes, it makes life more entertaining, doesn't it?
It makes my brain wobble. Yes, makes my head wobble.
Well, that's good. It's a sign your brain is being exercised.
Okay.
Very good, sir.
It was nice meeting you.
He stops playing his music, and he stands, nods ever so slightly. It's like, well, good day to you. And he wanders away, and he exits in the same kind of way that you entered.
What was that guy's deal?
No clue. Who just does that?
I don't know, it's very wet around here. I'm surprised that those strings hadn't rusted off of his instrument.
Have you ever, like, approached someone and told them a riddle? As a hello?
He made the skin crawl. Ilara looks very shaken by that encounter.
No worries. I think
Yeah, I don't think he's. Well, I mean, I don't think he was that intimidating. He's just kind of weird.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here with me, though.
Chet sort of throws a hearty thumbs up at her and is like, "Never you worry, never you fret. We're here. We'll keep you safe."
Okay. Well, ahead of you, you can see there's a burned hut on one side, a river, and leading to, like, from the cracked road, there is a covered bridge, with a man standing there. Nothing.
Covered bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a covered bridge. There is clearly a relatively large river. When you get closer, you'll be able to see a bit more details about it. But everything else about the area seems standard Mucksborough. Like the trees and the plants are all a little bit crappy. Everything's relatively sodden. If anything, you're quite appreciative of like this road being here. And it's one of the first times in a while you've been outside and not been ankle deep in mud.
What can we see about the man standing in front of the covered bridge? Is there anything noticeable from the distance we're observing?
Roll me an investigation check.
Alara, do we need to cross the bridge?
I think so. Yeah. Chet, he is still kind of like enshrined a little bit in the fog, coming off, it being early morning, and by a river, it's kind of a little bit murky here at this point. So you can bet there is a man-like shape ahead of you, but you can't see too much about it just right now from this distance.
Okie doke. Alright, well, I suppose we carry on then. Chat will lead the way.
Okay, well, as you get a couple feet away from this gentleman, you can see he is wearing very fine clothes, like pale blue with epaulets. It is almost like a page boy, for example. Like he's wearing tights and fine shoes. He's holding a bouquet of roses. His hair is done quite pleasantly. This person's taken quite a lot of effort on his appearance. Face-wise, they have a relatively neutral expression, not unfriendly, not particularly vacant. They are just kind of just at rest, casually. And as you come closer, they break out into a very wide smile and bow ever so slightly at you.
Hail! By, how should we address you?
No needs at all. Welcome. I assume one of you seeks the wisdom of Mistress Eldra?
So Chet steps aside and sort of presents Alara standing behind him.
Hello. And Elara just kind of she won't raise her eyes. She's kind of like looking down at his shoes and kind of just meekly, hello. And you two? She looks,
I believe so. Yes.
Well, he looks at Chet and Verity. You are here also to seek the wisdom of Mistress Eldra?
We are emotional support for Elara.
Oh,
I mean,
excellent. Well, that changes things ever so slightly. And he puts a finger to his chin, taps it a couple of times, clicks finger, goes, right. So, there are some rather nasty beasties who live underneath this bridge. However, they can be persuaded to allow you to pass. You see, they're romantics. We're all romantics here. What they wish to hear is a declaration from you. A declaration of your support in your dear friend's love quest. And then you can move past.
A declaration? In what way should we declare? Through our words?
Speak through your heart.
Ooh, I'm good at that. Just here now? Do I need to go up to the river and
He waves.
speak underwater?
Yeah, he waves to the spot he's standing in. And says, please, take your place.
I just like... Is there anything suspicious about this guy? I mean, there is suspicion, but...
Insight check?
You know what? Yeah, please.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
This guy just seems like he's a dude in very, very nice clothing, wearing flowers, who's telling you how to get across this bridge. There's nothing you can read about him further than that.
Okay, so like Chet, before stepping forward, just turns to give a sort of knowing nod to Verity to say like, you know, just mind out with Alara, and then he just steps forward. And then he sort of stands to attention like a soldier would, and sort of sharply delivers his line. I, Chet Yush, foot soldier of the 8th unit of Foreign Special Divisions branch of the Empire. I'm here to escort and morally support our dear friend Alara, the Chief Stand Lady. And then he sort of like puts his fist to his chest as a sort of kind of salute.
Very good, but you must tell them why.
Why?
Why are you
why?
Why are you here? What is she here for? You're here to morally support her. Yes, indeed. They want to hear how you have come here and why you would do this.
Jack clears his throat. As an ode to human, speaking from the heart, our yearning to touch from one heart to another. I stand as a champion to that cause that we all humans wish to be loved and to love, and I'm here to support that human cause, or all creature kind cause. He corrects himself, and again hits his chest again in a salute.
I think that will be enough. Although we'll see.
What?
I think that will be enough. Maybe. Just take a step to the side. And then he waves Verity forward. Your turn now, young lady.
Okay. Verity will sort of like step up. She will unclip her flute. And she'll go like, I am also in support of Alara and her love quest. And to show my support, I will play a song. And she will try to sort of like conjure up like the most like earnest, yearning love ballad and play it.
All right. So, do you want to roll a performance check?
Sure.
What kind of music is it? I'm picturing like a Kiss from a Rose type of thing.
Ooh. Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Well, these are clearly things which are under the water, so I don't think they're going to be too worried about that. But our poor friend here grimaces ever so slightly. The song to him sounds very much like Salt and Pepper Push It. It reminds him of something more bawdy and lewd than it does romantic. But he's like, well, that's a motivation as well. Of course. Oh, yes. Please, you may both pass to the other side of the bridge, and if you are able, to cross, then your friends may follow.
Is Alara not doing this as well?
He's just asked you two to cross the bridge.
Okay.
Hang on, Chat's a bit worried for Alara's safety, leaving her behind like that. So...
Verity will step onto the bridge.
I think you need to ask Alara to do the same thing.
I think you need to leave the lessons to someone who has done this before.
I will step back. And he backs off and hides behind the corner. I'm not here, by the way.
Okay. He's just standing there, just kind of waiting. Ilara is also kind of puzzled by what's happening right now.
Oh, okay.
I will finish crossing the bridge.
Yep, you cross the bridge successfully.
Well, looks like I have to cross this bridge. Alara, if anything happens, you yell out really loud. I'll come jumping right back. And then Chet starts backing up. Right back. I'm gonna leap right over there. It's gonna be all fine and dandy.
You have also successfully crossed the bridge. He kind of like looks at Lara and says, "It seems your friends have passed the Guardian's test. You may also cross." Ilara kind of like just steps up to him and looks at him uncertainly. He's like, "Don't worry, young lady. The test was that they had to prove their virtue in supporting in your quest. No one questions you. Go ahead." And she smiles at him and just saunters across the bridge. We're here on the other side.
Phew. That kind of quietly to himself.
On the other end of the bridge, I won't make you do an investigation check because this is very, very obvious. There are skulls placed on pikes. There, they are bleached and very, very like old. So they're not recent, but there are definitely skulls on the end of that. Ilara hasn't really noticed or taken any of that in. Do you want to do an investigation to look at the rest of the area?
Yes.
Not at all ominous.
Oh look, exotic decor.
Well, again, the ground and everything else is broadly the same kind of stuff that you've seen. Off just in front of you, you see a campfire. And within a kind of stand of trees, they are broadly kind of semicircular. Behind that, there is a tent, but you can't really see too much more. You'll better approach a little bit closer.
Yeah, Chet will lead the way and just walk us closer towards, I guess there's a campfire that's visible?
Yep. Okay, as you get this close, you can see a woman sat just in front of it. She seems quite old overall. Her hair is bedraggled. Her clothing is also relatively warm, but weirdly skimpy on everything else. But looking at her face, there is definitely something there, something incredibly moving and drawing to both you and Verity. Like, you are unsure what it is you're feeling exactly, but the closest thing that you would imagine is attraction. behind her, you can see several sleeping men and dwarves. They are in sort of like bedrolls and everything else. From what you can tell, they are just sleeping. And also, judging by how occasionally one of them kind of like snores for a little bit, you're fairly certain at this point that they're asleep.
So
Hello.
Chet turns. Oh, okay.
She looks up, like, visitors. I haven't had visitors in, well, some time. Not female ones, anyway. Tell me,
Hail.
which of you is on a quest for love?
And again, Chet presents Alara by stepping aside and pointing.
Ah. What's your name, darling one? Lara just quietly muttering, Ilara. Okay. Come sit by the fire. She does. She takes a position opposite, and just kind of sits there by the fire. And she's just muttering, and like, and your names? Look at you.
Oh, are you asking our names?
Yeah, I'll asking your names.
I'm Verity.
Verity, what a delightful name. For
Asking everyone's names.
well, she was literally just asking what your name was, Chet, so we can pick up from there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Chet proudly announced himself. Yes, my name is Chet. I'm here at the behest of dear Alara. We're here to support her.
Chet, a name as straight-laced and direct, perfect for a soldier. Well, you are here to help young Ilara. And during this time, she will just have a quick discussion with Ilara about Thrain and about what she's there for, how she's come to this point, what she's done, you know, her overall feelings, and everything else. After absorbing all of this for a while, she will stop, and it'll just end. Ilara's like, so what do I do? Eldra looks to Verity. Says, young Verity, tell me, what is love?
Oh boy. Do you want a definition or a feelings based explanation?
I want you to just tell me, what is love? It sounds like a simple question, and as you've clearly clearly grasped, it is an incredibly complex and difficult one. So I just ask you to answer it any which way you want. What is love?
Oh, it's not an easy question, at all. But I guess love is when... Well, also, there's multiple ways that you can express love and you can feel love. Not all of it is romantic, but it's always when you have very strong feelings of affection towards any one individual or multiples, but it's the sort of feeling that, they feel like home, and they feel like it's always easy to speak with them, and you feel a lot lighter and nicer when you're in the presence of said person or people.
She nods, turns to Chet. What is love?
Chet sort of puts the fingers to his chin and kind of muses. And he says, I think I have two answers for this. The first one, I believe, is something about a newborn not menacing an individual, I believe. But the second answer, and I believe this one is perhaps the one that makes the most sense to me. My nan used to say, love is the feeling of what is above the sky and below the ground, but everything will always come around to where you are, where you stand. And yeah, it's everything. That's what my nan used to tell me.
She cocks her head and back, like, As she looks at Adelara again, remember those words. As she looks back at Verity, tell me a tale of heartbreak and healing.
Can I insight check? Are we just fucking doing her work for her?
You can insight check.
Apologies, I seem to have disconnected.
Okay. I guess it's probably maybe a little bit more than me then.
Can I do one as well? Just an insight check. Okay, never mind.
You're not. Chet, you're not getting anything of this. This is just weird women's talk to you right now.
I got a 9.
And you got a 9. You're not picking up really much here from this. You suspect this is part of her normal process. It doesn't set nothing she's asked you has been completely out of the blue of anything that you might expect a love guru to be asking. But you are maybe a little bit unsure whether or not Ilara is the one who's supposed to be answering this rather than you guys.
Can you repeat the question?
Mm-hmm. Tell me a story of love and tell me a story of heartbreak and healing.
Okay. I know of this folk tale that my parents used to tell me about a woman that fell in love with a sea eel who whisked her away to live in the sea with them. After a certain amount of time, she missed her family, and she begged and pleaded with her lover to bring her back, and he let her. And she was brought back from the sea, and she saw her family for the first time in quite a while. And they were so overjoyed by seeing her that in the night they created a ploy to kill her lover. And so they did when they heard her once calling him back to see her. And they killed him. And she found out because the sea foam turned red the next time she went to call him back. And in her heartbreak, she spoke these words that turned all of her brothers and all of her sisters into trees. And she herself also turned into one that ended up growing by the seashore to always be with her deceased loved one.
I know this tale too. That's a good one. Chet, tell me a tale of heartbreak and healing.
Again, it's a story I was told as a child by my mother. That of the sun and moon. And that as much as the sun shines brightly in the sky, once upon a time, the moon and sun were together in the sky. But apparently, there was a great jealousy from some great wizard on the earth, and he cast the moon aside, limiting the moon's time in the sky from when the sun is in the sky, breaking them apart for good, and thus we have night and day. But the sun was not easily, the sun didn't easily give up their love for the moon. So the moon shines brightly from the light given to them from the sun during the daytime, and then the moon shines just as brightly in the nighttime, or as much as it can shine, I suppose. So in the constant cycle of sun and moon, they both at least get to share light. And we see that light through our cycles.
She nods as well. Another good tale, and one that I know. Ilara, have you heard the words that your companions have spoken? Have you truly heard them? Ilara just looks kind of confused. Here. And Eldra looks at her deeply. The universal truth to love and finding love and keeping love is to care for another more than one cares for yourself. To allow that feeling to grow beyond your own selfish wants, your own selfish desires, to incorporate them and to be incorporated into another's being, to become their world, to be their home, to be more than just two individuals, to become one. This is what you must do. This is how you can find love. And if Thrain, this other, does not wish that, and your own path heads somewhere else, then that heartbreak must be embraced, understood, and then set to rest. This is my advice to you. Ilara nods, but looks incredibly disappointed. Eldra, kind of sensing her disappointment, decides, like, well, here, you know, we can't, it doesn't hurt to grease the wheels a little, and tosses her a vial of liquid. And it's like, here you go. Here is a love elixir that'll help you out. So next time you see him, just sprinkle some of this on yourself and, you know, maybe it'll help your chances a little. And Ilara gratefully accepts this and gleefully sort of like hops up, like, thank you. She sort of dashes off to the edge of the bridge and everything else. You can follow her immediately, or you can continue speaking to Eldra, but Ilara will wait for you until you first. She's in her own world. She's perfectly happy right now and doesn't really care whether you follow her right now or not.
So like Chet shoots a look at Verity and says, that woman did not hear a single word we said, did she?
I don't think so. Do you think it was, as she turns to Eldra, it was smart to give her that?
She chuckles. It's like, young lady, it was just some pleasantly scented water. Nothing more.
Oh.
You don't
Chet
think I'm
breathes a
out
sigh of
here,
relief.
like, tossing out love potions? No, that would be against my methods of working.
Oh. Do you think? Are you? Can you? Do you understand what's happening with her? Because I'm still. See, the thing is, there's plenty of us in our group. There's only 2 of us here today, but we're sort of like 50-50 divided, whether or not what she's experiencing is like normal or like altered by other means. Because all of the circumstances would suggest that we've investigated thus far that they don't seem to align in a way that makes sense.
Jack kind of sheepishly, he's got like his hand on the back of his head, rubbing it, and he's like, I don't know, it's kind of normal from the lasses I've seen chase after men in uniform. It's a bit, it doesn't always happen, but I have seen it once or twice on a few tours of certain settlements. It is strange. The lads who get the attention love it. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, the poor lasses, I think, probably just have never come across men with muscles before.
Eldra chuckles to herself. The heart is a funny thing. You believe that she is under the influence of some kind of being? I do not think so. I would know. No, I don't think she is. Good old.
I suppose you could count human madness perhaps as a type of being.
Well, let me ask you this question. If you believe that she's under the influence of something, has this Thrain fellow shown you to be one who is actively courting this attention? Are there others in town, perhaps, who have women hanging off them for some unknown reason or out of the ordinary?
Not that we've noticed.
Yeah, the signs are not there. The signs aren't there. I don't believe.
So she's just very intense.
She is young and believes she is very much in love, and this is the man she's meant to grow old with.
All right.
Oh, woman.
You never know. She could be right. Perhaps all of this will end up as an entertaining tale for their children.
Oh?
Or perhaps it may end in tragedy. Who knows?
She was waving around a knife the other night, apparently, so hopefully not that kind of tragedy.
Who hasn't waved a knife at someone they love?
Oh.
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 This love can be an intense emotion, and a relationship can be a battleground. That is not always healthy, but some of the healthiest couples I have known have fought tooth and nail. It depends. Everyone is a little different.
Okay.
Chet nods, and then I guess looks to Verity to perhaps make a move and run after Alara.
Verity just sort of like looks at you and like shrugs. And starts like making her way back.
Okay. Welcome back. this was wonderful. I've learned so much, and I've got this. That'll help. But, and she kind of like leans you in close again, and you take a look at her again, and she's got them crazy eyes like once again. There is one last thing I think we can do to really make sure that things go right, and he sees things my way, and we can be the kind of couple that we're supposed to be. I have heard the tale of a drink that will bring any true couple together. They call it the absinthe of affection, and any couple who drink this together can't help but fall for each other. Do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to help me make it?
How much are we making here? Just enough for one drink, or?
It depends on how much we can, how much like many ingredients we can find. But I mean, we could make more than one bottle.
The chat turns to Verity.
Verity looks terrified. Like distraught, terrified, every single disturbed, all of the emotions above.
So Chet nods, turns back to Alara, claps his hands together like, yes, of course we'll help you, Alara.
Wonderful! I'm so pleased to hear that. Well, the place we need to get the ingredients isn't far. I know where it is. Yeah. So let's go.
Please lead the way.
With that, she starts practically skipping